ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पद आनश्चन्वन्नोदिभिस्सीदसादनं महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजयभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्रेवतु महासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां हृदये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। देवीं वाचमजनयन्त देवाः तां विश्वरूपा पशवो वसन्ति सा नो मन्दिरेषु मूर्जन्दुहानां धेनुर्वागस्मानुपतिष्ठितैतु व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकदातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मत्श्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। So we will start from 91, Vishnu Sahasranamam, and I don't know why my video is not coming up. You're all not able to see my video, right? Okay, I know why. Okay. Okay, so 91. Oh, I don't have any noise. I'm in the basement.
Maybe some other mic.
Is it still there? What? Enema? Possible. That could be Sonalji. Okay, great. So, no, that's okay. We just no problem. So, what would help going forward is if in case you're still joining and running about a couple of minutes late, just put one, even a number will be enough, 2, 4, whatever it is. We'll know that you're running a little late. Yeah, no problem. So, 91st one. Bharabhrit katito yogi, yogi sarvakamadah. Bharabhrit katito yogi, yogi sarvakamadah. Ashramashramanah kshamas suparno vayuvahanah. Ashramashramanah kshamas suparno vayuvahanah. Dhanurdharo dhanurvedo dando damayita damah. Aparajitas sarvasaho niyanta niyamo yamah. Dhanurdharo dhanurvedo dando damayita damah. Aparajitas sarvasaho niyanta niyamo yamah. Sattvavan satvikas satyas satyadharmaparayanah. Sattvavan satvikas satyas satyadharmaparayanah. Abhiprayah priyarhorha priyakrit prītivardhanah. Abhiprayah priyarhorha priyakrit prītivardhanah. Vihāyasagat-irjyotis suruchir hutabhug vibhuh. Vihāyasagat-irjyotis suruchir hutabhug vibhuh. Ravirvirochanas suryas savita ravilochanah. Ravirvirochanas suryas savita ravilochanah. Ananto hutabhug bhokta sukhado naikajo grajah. Ananto hutabhug bhokta sukhado naikajo grajah. Anirvinnasadamarshi लोकाधिष्ठानमद्भुतः अनिर्विण्णः सदामर्षि लोकाधिष्ठानमद्भुतः सनात्सनातमत्कपिलः कपिरव्ययः सनातनतमः कपिलः कपिरव्ययः स्वस्तिदः स्वस्तिकृत्स्वस्ति स्वस्ति भुक्स्वस्ति दक्षिणः स्वस्तिदः स्वस्तिकृत्स्वस्ति स्वस्ति भुक्स्वस्ति दक्षिणः अरौद्रः कुण्डलीचक्री विक्रम्यूर्जितशासनः अरौद्रः कुण्डलीचक्री विक्रम्यूर्जितशासनः शब्दातिगः शब्दसः शिशिरः शर्वरीकरः शब्दातिगः शब्दसः शिशिरः शर्वरीकरः अक्रूरः पेशलो दक्षो दक्षिणः क्षमिणाम्बरः अक्रूरः पेशलो दक्षो दक्षिणः क्षमिणाम्बरः विद्वत्तमो वीतभयः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः विद्वत्तमो वीतभयः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः उत्तारणो दुष्कृतिः पुण्यो दुःस्वप्ननाशनः उत्तारणो दुष्कृतिः पुण्यो दुःस्वप्ननाशनः वीरहारक्षणः सन्तो जीवनः पर्यवस्थितः वीरहारक्षणः सन्तो जीवनः पर्यवस्थितः अनन्तरूपोऽनन्तश्रीर्जितमन्युर्भयापहः अनन्तरूपोऽनन्तश्रीर्जितमन्युर्भयापहः चतुरश्रो गभीरात्मा विदिशो व्यादिशो दिशः चतुरश्रो गभीरात्मा विदिशो व्यादिशो दिशः अनादिर्भूर्भुवो लक्ष्मीस् सुवीरो रुचिराङ्गदः अनादिर्भूर्भुवो लक्ष्मीस् सुवीरो रुचिराङ्गदः जननो जनजन्मादिर्भीमो भीमपराक्रमः जननो जनजन्मादिर्भीमो भीमपराक्रमः आधारनिलयो धाता पुष्पहासः प्रजागरः आधारनिलयो धाता पुष्पहासः प्रजागरः ऊर्ध्वगः सत्तत् आचारः प्राणदः प्रणवः पणः उद्वहः सत्पथाचारः प्राणदः प्रणवः पणः प्रमाणं प्राणनिलयः प्राणभृत् प्राणजीवनः प्रमाणं प्राणनिलयः प्राणभृत् प्राणजीवनः तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदेकात्मा जन्ममृत्युजरातिगः तत्त्वं तत्त्वविदेकात्मा जन्ममृत्युजरातिगः भूर्भुवस्वस्तरुस्तारः सविता प्रपितामहः भूर्भुवस्वस्तरुस्तारः सविता प्रपितामहः यज्ञो यज्ञपतिर्यज्वा यज्ञाङ्गो यज्ञवाहनः यज्ञो यज्ञपतिर्यज्वा यज्ञाङ्गो यज्ञवाहनः यज्ञभृद्यज्ञकृद्यज्ञी यज्ञभुग्यज्ञसाधनः यज्ञभृद्यज्ञकृद्यज्ञी यज्ञभुग्यज्ञसाधनः यज्ञान्तकृद्यज्ञगुह्य मन्नमन्नाद एव च यज्ञान्तकृद्यज्ञगुह्य मन्नमन्नाद एव च. So we will stop with that on Vishnu Sahasranamam today. Moving over to Mundaka Upanishad, we are in second chapter. First Mundaka. So I think we stopped with the names of the various tongues of the flame, right? So it will be nice if, like what Sanjay did last time, if some of you can quickly sum up from day one at the high level what we have been learning in Mundaka Upanishad. Key part. What is Mundaka Upanishad? All of you can unmute. I think you're only 3-4 of you, so it's okay.
The question is, what is it that knowing which everything else is known, and the para and apara
Super.
knowledge?
Yes. Slightly take a step back and talk something about Mundaka Upanishad. This is very foundational. Mundaka Upanishad is written by somebody.
Chatting with each other.
Who?
Shaunaka and Angiras.
So who is talking? Is Shaunaka teaching Angiras or is it the other way around?
Shaunaka is the student.
Correct. So it's actually started with
Brahma.
Shaunaka,
Yeah,
who went and asked that question that you said. So this whole thing is about a conversation or explanation given by Angiras. Where did Angiras get it from?
Brahma. No, from his teachers.
Let the hierarchy flow.
Brahma's eldest son. Yeah.
What is the name?
Brahma's also Angiras, I think.
What is the name?
Atharva.
Okay.
Brahma taught his son Atharva, who in turn Sir Bharat.
Satyavaha name sounds familiar.
Gave this to the sage Angi.
Sage Angiras. Huh?
And then Angiras. Angi first, and then Satyavaha, and then Angiras.
Correct. That's a sequence. Perfect. So the question was all about what is it that I will have to learn by which I will know everything. Correct? And what next?
So it depends how it is not something beyond what we see, what we feel.
So that is where Sage Angiras talks to him about lower knowledge and higher knowledge. And according to him, everything Rigveda, Samveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, and all the rituals that we break our heads, split our hairs, and fight for the whole of our life is all in the lower level knowledge. Para and apara, right? That is mantra number 5. Tatra para Rigvedo, Yajurveda, Samavedo, Tharvaveda, Shiksha, Kalpo, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chando, Jyotishamiti. That means Vyakarana, which is grammar, Chando is meter, Niruktam is etymology, the origins of words. We talk about all those things in Vedas and Vedangas. So it's only through the higher knowledge that the imperishable, which means it's a reference to Brahman, is attained. Right? So there he talks about the Shruti. So all the parts that I talked about listed, Vyakarnam, Jyotisha Shastram, time, right? Then we went into the attributes, what is not as a negative attribute, and the description of what defines Brahman, right? That which cannot be perceived, that which cannot be grasped, that which is colorless, to which our great friend brought all the Gotras and Varnas, and we talked about the Gunas. The next mantra focused on giving two similes, or maybe three. Example of a spider creating its own web but doesn't get caught into it and can withdraw it. Example of a plant growing on Mother Earth. And what is the third one?
Hair and nail. Nails and hair.
Correct. So all of these things, they keep growing without any effort. Somebody doesn't put an effort, it just happens. So that is how it gives the definition of how from the Pranava Om everything was created. And we talked about Prakasha, Vimarsha, Spandana, right? Mantra number 8. It's only by tapas as the Brahman augment. So it describes how through tapas we are talking of food. It is referred as food, which is the primordial matter. The prana, the energy is born, the mind, and the five elements. Then the worlds are born out of these works. Correct? Huh? You all remember all that, or you've forgotten? Okay. So I think what you should also do is to try to revise it periodically, so that way it will come through natural the flow pantrapari varu. Then we went into defining Brahman who is omniscient, like Sarvagnya, understands everything, Sarvavid. Right? Huh? So from him who knows all and who understands all, whose tapas consists of knowledge, are produced this Brahma, name, form, and matter. So from something that is formless, colorless, nameless, forms the Brahma, the name, form, and matter. That was the end of the first chapter. Then we went into the second chapter, first mantra. That this is the truth, that the Brahman is the ultimate truth, and the mantras of all these are elaborated in the three Vedas, where it says if you perform those rituals over and over and over, that will be your path to the final destination, which is seeking the truth. So the Shruti exhorts those who want heavenly enjoyments to engage themselves in these sacrificial works. Correct? So, what is the sacrificial work going to help? By experience, you will learn many things. There are many things that you cannot be taught, you can only be guided, but only when you perform the sacrificial works. And we talked about the various paths of attaining God: japa, tarpana, archana, homa, etc. Only through all of these practices and experiences you'll be able to understand and seek truth. And then we talked about the spiral of Jnana Kanda and Karma Kanda. Now, Vardha, like you're able to recollect? And in Mantra 2, we said you need to perform the oblations or ahuti only when the flames are high, if there is a well lit fire, because the flame is called the tongue of Agni. And that is the mouth. So you offer it to the mouth. What is the most important characteristic of Agni? Can all of you think about it for a minute?
It burns everything down.
Okay, fine. So water drowns everything, air blows everything, fire burns everything down.
But
That's
to its basic nature, that is, whatever it burns, it becomes a carbon element.
okay. Let me give a clue. If in the by the laws of physics, what is it that Agni does?
Illuminates.
Okay. If you notice one thing, you light a fire, the flame always goes upwards, defies gravity. You got it? Correct? Ah? Even if you light a candle upside down, the flame will go up. So that is one of the elements that is considered. Now, again, this part I have not been able to validate or authenticate, but there is a saying. It is also one of the reasons why Agni as a source is considered as the most effective source to ensure that our ahutis and oblations reach the devatas. Assured delivery, like FedEx. Then we talked about Agnihotra, the importance of in Agnihotra performing the Darsha and Paurnamasa sacrifices. You need the Vishvedeva, who is actually the messenger. And if there is an irregular performance, Agnihotra cannot attain any of the seven worlds. What are the seven worlds? Lokas. Simple. Gayatri Mantra states everything. Ah, Mahajana, Tapa, and Satya. And then we talked about the various names of the flames: Kali, Karali, Manojava, Sulohita, Sudhumravarna, Sphulingini, Vishwaruchi, Devi, which is the brilliant.
Velayamana.
Huh?
Velayamana.
No, I don't get.
Samanaka.
I don't get what you say. Okay. So, Kali, Karali, Manojava, Sudhumra Varna, Sulohita, Spulingini, and the brilliant Vishwaruchi, these are the 7 flickering tongues of fire. I think that is where we stopped, right? So, mantra number 5. एते पूयश्चरते भ्राजमानेषु यथा कालं चाहुतयो ह्याददायन् तन्नयन्त्येताः सूर्यस्य रश्मयो यत्र देवानां पतिरेकोऽधिवासः पतिरेकोऽधिवासः. So word by word the meaning is yah means he who, bhrajamaneshu flaring, etepu into these, yatha kalam in proper time, sharate means performs the sacrifices, etaha these, ahutayah which is the oblations or ahuti, he which means indeed, suryasya of the sun, rashmayah rays, adadayan offered, tam that, desham means world, nayanti lead, yatra is where, ekah one, devatanam of the gods, patihi lord, adhivasah or bhavati which is resides. So, in short, the meaning of this mantra is if a man performs the sacrifices in proper time into these flaring flames, these offered oblations in the form of solar rays take him to that world where the God resides. Did you get the meaning?
In the proper time when we offer oblations in the fire,
Correct.
we get to go to the place where gods reside.
Correct. And how are these ahutis carried?
Actually, I felt when it is getting burnt, that energy must be transferred.
In the form of solar rays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What we are offering in the fire, it goes in the form of solar rays.
Yes. So, from a physics perspective, it is interpreted or explained that these ahutis that we perform in the oven, they get transformed into subatomic quantum level energy particles, and that is where it is carried through the fifth element akash to the intended destinations. It is also the reason why we take a very detailed sankalpa in saying where we are sitting, what we are doing, what time we are doing, and what is the task that we are performing, and so what is the intended destination. So Akash ether is supposedly expected to transmit all the energy, regardless how minuscule it may be, without any lapse or time warp, and without any transmission loss. So you don't want to offer oblations 100% here. By the time it reaches the destination, it is 5%. And it is also said that not just the ahuti and oblations, even our thoughts and speeches, events are carried away as energy into the universe. That's the power of our thoughts. So those in the different lokas do have access to these. So they can hear what you chant, they can eat what you offer, and they can see what you do. So there is a slight uh, new thing that I learned. I'm yet to validate it. It is expected that enlightened souls get promoted from one loka to the other loka. So it's not like you are here in the bhuloka or in the earth, and you do some charity in Raghavendra temple, offer food to somebody every day, you attain moksha, and directly you go to Paramatma. So it's not direct merging. There's no shortcut. And those who have done any type of Pitrikaryangal, you will know. The whole concept is about the journey through the various lokas of the departed soul. That is also the reason why you perform the monthly rituals. And if you notice, most of them will be tarpanam or homa. So through the flames, you offer the food, which is again elder sesame seeds, which is high protein, and water. Those are the two critical elements. And then you'll offer a little bit of rice, high carb, through the homa. So bhuloka is the link between upper and lower lokas. That's the connection of the bridge. That's where the transformation happens. So if you do not do enough good karmas, then you go down. If you do good karmas, you get promoted, right? So in Rig Veda, if you see, the first word that they attain is Agni. Agnimile purohitam yajnasya deva ritvijam. That is the importance given to Agni. It's also called as the firstborn of creation and represents the pure and primordial energy of the universe. And it is said that there are five Agnis in each of the five basic elements. So the Agni element is present in all the five elements. Parthiva in earth, Apya in water, Tejas in Agni, Vayabhya in Vayu, and Nabhasa in Akasha. So the Agni component is existing in all the five elements. Make sense? So back to the mantra. Mantra number 5 says, if a man performs the sacrifices in proper time into these flaring flames, those offered oblations in the form of solar rays take him to that world where the Lord goes or resides. Take means it's by virtue of these offerings he goes to the heaven of Indra. Mantra number 6. Ehyehiti tamahutayas suvarchas suryasya rashmibhir yajamanam vahanti प्रियां वाचमभिवदन्त्यो अर्चयन्त्य एषवः पुण्यः सुकृतो ब्रह्मलोकः. Again, एह्येहीति तमाहुतयः सुवर्चस् सूर्यस्य रश्मिभिर्यजमानं वहन्ति प्रियां वाचमभिवदन्त्यो अर्चयन्त्य एषवः पुण्यः सुकृतो brahmalokaha. So suvarchasaha means effulgent. Ahutaya we have already seen its offerings. Ehi means ehehiti is broken down to ehi. Come here, come here. Epaha, this, chaha, your, sukrutaha, earned by good works. Punyaha is holy. Brahmalokaha, the world of Brahma. Iti means thus. Priyam, sweet. Vacham is words. Abhivadantyah, speaking. Archayantyah, praising. Tam, Yajamanam means the sacrificer or the person who is performing the rituals. Suryasya, of the sun. Rashmibhihi, by the rays. Vahanti, carry. It's almost like expansion of the previous mantra, whatever we said, in the form of solar rays. The point is the luminous offerings, means effulgent. Suvarchasaha is what? Effulgent. The luminous offerings, ahutayaha, welcome him saying, welcome him means ehi, saying, this is the holy Brahma world earned by thy good deeds. Sukritaha is earned. You have earned this by your good deeds. And so, praising the sacrificer with sweet words, carry him on through the rays of the sun. So it's more poetic form of explanation or definition, underlying the importance of, again, concepts, keywords is the sacrifices, the rituals, and performing the rituals in the right way by offering the oblations into the fire at the right time, not when the fire is smoldering, but when you see a flame or the tongue. And if you're able to see those sapta jihva, 7 different tongues, that means you're doing everything right. The lighting of the fire is correct, the maintenance of the fire is correct, the offering of the ahutis is at the right time, your thoughts are positive, you speak good, you chant good, then those oblations are carried to the final destination. Through that, you are carried to the world of Brahma. Make sense? Any question on this so far? People are very serious, or I hope I didn't put everybody to sleep today. Are all of you frozen, or I can only see Usha's video and she's moving around?
Okay, Hesita. No, actually, I was just thinking here, Surya Sevan is sun god only, no?
Correct. Solar rays means sun, no?
Yeah, then I was just thinking homas are done only in the mornings then,
Yes.
not in the evening. You don't.
I will not comment on that, but yes. Now you're asking a very valid question. No, these two mantras, I've just taken two today. They are delivering a very simple message, although the mantras are very complex. If you break it down, all it says is about the performance or offering of the ahuti at the right time into the flaring flames. It's not the smoldering flame, it's a flaring, effulgent, right? The luminous offerings that are being done into these flaring flames will take him to the destination where the god resides in the form of solar rays. And it is not that you are an unwanted guest. It is said that with all these luminous offerings by the sacrificer, by the person performing the ritual, they are welcome there, saying, Ehi, Ehi, come here, come here. You have earned your trip to the world of Brahma.
This going will be up at the end of their life.
Correct. And again, there is a pause. As of now, we will keep that as the base. Maybe as we proceed, as we move forward, we'll learn more and more. So, underlying factors that don't ignore homa or havans or sacrifices offered to the fire god. So, you can either perform the homa yourself or you can have a priest or a person performing on your behalf. The benefit is derived by one and all who is participating in the yajna. Sonalji, got it?
Yes. Sometimes they have like in the YouTube, like people doing homa where they have like just a diya and they're putting ghee and doing a mantra like Gayatri mantra and like using a pipette and putting ghee. Is that allowed or is that
No, you may have to repeat your question.
wrong way of doing a homa?
No, you may have to repeat your question.
Sometimes people like if you have good intentions but don't have all the items for homa, can you just still do it of your own accord?
Oh, okay. So I will answer the question in a very simplistic way. YouTube degree is absolutely of no use. I'll give you two examples. I understand where you're coming from. There are many people who demonstrate how to perform homa on a YouTube demo, or they may have recorded some event that they have done. That is one extreme. If you go to the other extreme, you can see our gurus performing homas. To be brutally honest with you, you will not understand the lower end of it, and you will not be able to understand the higher end of what our gurus are doing by saying, okay, I kept repeatedly rewinding and taking notes of whatever our gurus chanted at the time of performing homa. Oh, so now I'm trained, I'm going to do exactly what he's doing in YouTube. The danger of that is you may not know there are many things that you would be doing which is not there in the focus on the YouTube. Number one. Number two, there may not be everything that you need to do that would be chanted loudly and recorded on YouTube, because not everything can be made public. So homa is not all about sitting around Havan Kund and just pouring the dravyas there, right? And in order to understand that,
But that is
huh,
no, in a group, that is also part of it, no? Like a Gayatri Homa when we do it in public. Everyone sit around and the priest says, and we just offer the ahutis in the Homa.
just rewind and replay your own word just now. That is also a part of it. That is not the main. That is not the homa.
Yeah.
There is a difference between the two. Am I making it clear?
Yeah.
And it's easy to understand. Go back to your cooking and serving food to your family members. Correct? If you are serving that cooked food to people, that is the final goal, right? The food has to reach your destination. Let us say your destination is your family members. If you're putting up something from the vessel and putting it on somebody's plate, is that the main process? No, your process starts from probably previous night or previous week. What am I going to cook tomorrow? You plan, you write down notes, you go to the shop, procure it, wash it, cut it, ensure safe storage or safe, keeping it in the fridge or wherever you need to. Wash it. Follow the process given in the recipe to the nth level. You change the sequence of putting salt and water and tadka upside down. I don't think you'll be able to offer anything to the person that is hungry. So even when what you see as homa, what I'm trying to explain to Sonalji is there are lots and lots of procedures involved in that. That comes only through proper training and education by a person who knows it authentically. I'll just rattle off some things. There are Purvanga pujas that you need to do. You'll have to do Graha Shuddhi. You'll have to take care of offering the Dakshina to Brahmanas, invoke the Brahmanas, invite the Brahmanas who are going to be participating in the homas. You will have to do puja for the Kalasha Ganta, everything that is going to be used, all the Dravyangal that are going to be used in the homa. Then you actually build the Homagunda. Then you invoke all the gods, Ashtadikbalakas, because those gods will protect the Homagunda when you're performing the ritual, that no other negative forces will destroy your process of completing the Homa, because you don't want to start something and get disrupted. Am I making sense? So you do all the Shodashopachara of all the Devatas. You do the Jnana Avahana into the Homakunda. So there are many things that happens before you start pouring that ghee into the Homa or offering other dravyam to the Homa. So after the Homam is performed, reverse Shodashopachara also happens. Like by what you say. You have to do Agni Udvasanam. You brought her into the Homakunda, you will have to say goodbye to her. Have you ever seen that you invite somebody to your home because you want to offer them food and earn some good karma? After the food is done, you just go and sleep in your bedroom? You guys do what you want. My job is done. I'm happy. It doesn't work like that, right? You ensure that they are given a warm send off. The same way, there are many, many steps involved. You'll have to do prayashchittam. You'll have to do bali. Am I making sense? Sonal, in case you're talking, you're on mute.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah. So never rely on YouTube for anything. Any form of serious education, YouTube is not the medium. And we all who are on YouTube, like right now, I'm on YouTube and I'm saying YouTube is not the medium. This YouTube is only for a backup. You miss something, you want to go back and hear that what was taught in the class or something like that. You take notes, rewind and replay, take notes. But the main transmission of knowledge is happening orally, the way it is happening now as an interactive Q&A session, where you ask this question. For example, the question itself, can I learn through that, itself is a way of getting knowledge. That will not be there on YouTube because you don't know who is the creator of the video, what is the intent, what is the purpose, what is the background, in what context. So without knowing all that stuff, you just do Google how to perform Homa and take a YouTube and take it as a class. It's very, very dangerous. So there are lots and lots of nuances. But Padmaja, I think you would have observed all these things, right? When we perform the Chandi Homa.
Yes. Actually, I was just thinking the bali is done after all the ahuti and everything is done, no?
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking why it is done after that ahuti is done. After Purnahuti only we do the bali, no?
Correct. Why do you think it has to be done before?
Along with the ahuti, so we are offering that also. I'm not challenging, just I'm asking.
Yeah, but you're not putting the bali into the Homa Kunda, right?
Yeah. I don't know, just the thought came into my mind. That's
So bali is a separate topic. I don't want to discuss about it right now on YouTube. Maybe we will have one session without the YouTube and we can discuss bali. So coming back to the main core element, let's understand the simple meaning. Is the significance of Agni, offering in the Agni, how to offer, what are the key elements understood properly? That's the purpose of these two mantras or three.
so here just one more thing. The Priyam Vacham Abhivadyatyo Archayantya. Just who is speaking sweetly?
Sorry?
The Priyam Vacham Abhivadantyo. You said the Priyam, the sweet words, but who is speaking the sweet words now? Priyam Vacham, it is written, no?
The sacrificer. The sacrificer, I'm performing the sacrifice, I'm performing the Homa. I'm being praised by saying that you have earned it with all your good deeds and performing everything the right way.
Okay, the person who is doing the puja
is being praised and welcomed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Welcome by whom?
By the gods.
By the Upanishat.
Those who are in the Brahmaloka. So I just digressed a little bit and I went about the 7 lokas, right? And then talked about how you get promoted one by one. You go through the journey of all those lokas before you merge with the Paramatma. So it's not like a direct flight from here. For that journey, you need to have all of these things done right, is what the concept is. If you have not done the Darsha Purnamasa sacrifices, if you have not done all those things that is being recommended in the Vedas, and if you have not done all of them in the right way, right method, at the right time, you are not going to be able to make the journey. Onward journey or journey in the positive forward direction. Make sense? Great. So we'll stop with this and then we'll continue from the next mantra in the next class. I know today's was a little bit of dull, dry interpretation of a small concept, but I just didn't want to do. Huh?
It was very good.
Yeah, but I didn't want to keep giving you loads and loads of information in every class so that it becomes super heavy. I had already given a lot of stuff last time. Maybe next time I'll again go back into. Yeah. All right. So take care. Have a good day. And what I suggest is, again, please go through all the videos, take notes,